In 1923, BMW Motorrad presented its very first motorcycle to the public. This year, we celebrate the opening of BMW Motorrad Welt with 100 Years exhibition featuring motorcycles and events right here at the factory where they're manufactured. Hi, my friends. I'm Sean Thomas, and we are live here in Berlin at the site where BMW motorcycles are manufactured. I'm standing here in the new BMW Motorrad Welt, where we showcase to the public motorcycles made by BMW. This opens to the public tomorrow. But today, we're here for a very exciting purpose, the BMW R1300 GS. Yesterday, we saw the worldwide premiere of this motorcycle, and since then, you have had many, many questions about this motorcycle, and we want to take this opportunity to answer those questions as best we can. To do that, I have a very special guest I'd like to introduce you to, Rainer Fings. Rainer, how's it going?
Hello, Sean. Nice to meet you here.
Nice to see you, my friend. Now, Rainer is the product manager for the R1300 GS, and arguably there is nobody on the planet that knows more about this motorcycle than Rainer Fings. Is that right?
If you say so.
So, he is going to help me answer your questions. Now, wherever you are in the world, we want to hear from you. So please tell us about yourself, who you are, where you're from, and type in your questions about the R1300 GS, and we will do our best to answer those questions throughout this live broadcast. But in the meantime, I'm a major enthusiast for the GS, and I have my own questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Now, Rainer, I've been around the GS since the 1100 back in the 1990s, and I got to watch it go to the 1150 and the 1200 and the liquid cooled and of course the 1250. And every single time this has occurred, I've thought to myself, how can they possibly improve upon this platform? And you always find a way to. Now, as a product manager, I gotta imagine that is a lot of pressure for you to make the 1300 the best GS it's ever been. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, a lot of pressure, but the 1250 is a very, very good motorbike, and we started 5 years ago to think about what might be improved the GS. And then we decided we want to have less complexity, we want to reduce the weight, and give all the things on the GS in a total new way, concentrated on the things that are really, really important for GS motorbikes and for the rider.
Now, right away, we noticed that the lines of the new 1300 GS are quite a bit different than what we've seen in its predecessor. Can you tell us a little bit about the design?
Yeah, of course. The flyline of the GS is the most important thing. We started on the front mudguard, going over the fuel tank to the back. And the flyline means how, on the first read, we say, the bike looks like. And when you start there on front and you stop on the fuel tank, you see the fuel tank ramp is more low, and we reduced it to give more free play for the customer for riding, for enjoyable riding. And on top of that, you see here the line followed from the seat bench upwards to the tank like a rally seat bench. And when you look at the tail, the short tail is also a thing that makes the bike more likable, and shorter tail and more, let's say, for a riding position, for a riding design, forward orientated.
Now, the tank especially, you see how the seat flows into the tank, and even the material works its way up. I've never seen its equal in any motorcycle. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, the fuel tank by the side, it's made of aluminium. So an aluminium fuel tank you see here and you can hear is designed flat. So that means you can, when you operate the bike, you push it, or you sit on the bike while you're moving, or you're riding off-road special, everything is designed to make it more rideable, so makes it more, from the ergonomic side, touchable. You are not in a position where you struggle somewhere, and that was very important for us to have this. So the trim panels, going step by step in a way that it's all coming to comfortable riding.
Now, I was there when the 1150 came out, and that was the introduction to the asymmetrical headlight, which was so mind-boggling for people at the time. And then it sort of became an icon of the GS. And now we see a whole new headlight and a whole new iconic design. Can you tell us a little bit about the headlight and your design choice?
Yes, of course. When you see this iconic headlight, this new symmetric iconic headlight, this is a thing that you will see in the past of the year. That is a new R1300 GS you will see from front. We reduced also complexity in the headlight. We compressed, let's say, the high beam and low beam to a very, very small unit, and additional to that, the iconic daytime riding light around this, and that is the new face of the GS. So you see from far, this is totally different. This is a new GS face, and you see also that it's very, very lean designed.
Now, being here in person, I'm able to take a more intimate look at this. But you know, the engine is clearly a Boxer twin, and it's clearly a little larger. But there's a lot of new design changes to the motor that I've never seen before that I really picked up on seeing it in person. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, of course. When you want to reduce complexity, of course, the engine is a big part on this. We reduced around 6.5 kilograms. And we compressed also everything what is inside the engine. But not only that, we also made it better for ergonomics. So the chain on the left side, so the driving chain for the cam on the left side and on the right side is forward and backwards. So when you look from the top, the engine is symmetric. So this gives you more free play while you're riding. Of course, the engine maximum output from 145 horsepower and the maximum of 149 Newton meter maximum torque. That is the thing that you want to ride. The rideability of the new R1300 GS with lower weight is incredible.
This is always something that we aspire to when we look for a new motorcycle, is make it more powerful, but also make it lighter. But it's so rarely something that we can achieve, and yet that has happened here.
Yeah, that happened here. And indeed, by the way, because we are reduced the complexity, we got a longer swing arm, and that gives you more traction. So another benefit of this design.
Yeah. Ride height has been a big question for people as they look at the new platform, and I noticed it mentioned that they're not offering a low version of the GS anymore, and that's not the full truth, right?
No, we did something totally different. We're not offering a vehicle lowering kit like the predecessor. We are offering adaptive vehicle height. That means when you order this option, the bike is low when you start riding. So when you sit on the bike or you enter the bike is low. And once you start riding upwards from 50 kilometers per hour, the bike will lift up automatically 30 millimeters. So you got the fully travel of the suspension. So the bike is like each other bike, standard bike is, from the performance, from the riding performance, from the suspension, and when you stop, you are able to touch with your feet the ground. So it's totally different from the past.
Now, I have a lot of friends out there that are shorter than I am, and I know that was a big question for you, so there you go. You can still ride the GS even if you're inseam challenged. That's a nice feature. Another thing that's interesting about this is the new blinker assembly on the bike. We see the integrated blinkers on some versions of this bike. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. The standard is the blinkers are integrated in the handguards. Standard handguard, the blinker are integrated. So that means also from front, the bike is more visible. So especially when you change your line, you're cornering or something like that, the indicator is visible, very strong and very new designed. So it comes together with the new iconic headlight. So it's very interesting to see. And once you order this bike with the Enduro Package Pro, the blinker are then integrated in the rod blinkers left and right on the bike, so protected against damaging or something.
Now tell me a little bit about the rider assist on this motorcycle. We're seeing sort of an explosion in new technologies to help with rider safety.
Yeah. Rider safety is a big thing on motorcycle riding because of more performance and everything traffic around. So when you order the riding assistant, two sensors are integrated in the bike, the radar sensor on front and also a radar sensor on the rear. And both sensors take care about the traffic around you. So from front, you've got the ACC Pro, cruise control, adaptive, so it controls whether there's something on front. And you've got also the forward collision warning. If there is something on the front, the system gives you an information, something is wrong in the front of you, please take care. Or it activates the brake automatically, give you a hint. When you're looking to the tail, you've got a system that informs you whether there is traffic left and right in the backside of you. So when you try to change the lane and something is there, you get an information in the mirrors left and right. There's an indication by a light. So we did everything around that takes care that you get a safe ride also.
Excellent. Now, we saw in the introduction video and here at the Welt, variations of the GS. It looks like there's 4 different variants. Can you tell us a little bit about what they are and how they work?
Yeah, of course, when you look at the new R1300 GS, you see, let's say at the end of it, 3 colors. But these 4 colors, sorry, these are not only 4 colors, these are model variants. We've got the basic model variant, the white one. We've got the triple black. Of course, everybody knows triple black from us. And we've got the wonderful GS trophy that we got here. And we've got a very special thing that is the option 719. From the basic model, the white one, everything is in what the new GS needed, so we name it Pure, the Pure motorcycle, Pure riding, that is the bike. You can, of course, order the new options that you want. The second one is the triple black, that's the bike for, let's say, everybody's darling. It's got a little bit more comfort, rider seat, passenger seat, and it's got electrical adjustable windshield. Coming to the GS Trophy that we see here. The GS Trophy, of course, is the bike for off-road attack. The GS Trophy with knobby tires and the cross-spoke wheels and everything what is on, that is the real perfect bike for off-road. The option 719, called Tramontana, in the color green, is very, very, very on a high level from the exclusivity. With milled parts, we say this is the one for the guy who wants to have everything.
Tell me about riding with a passenger. A lot of people, like myself, occasionally like to have a passenger on the bike. Is there a platform you feel like is best for that within the 4?
Yeah, starting from the base, the white one, the basic model, we've got a passenger seat, sport passenger seat. If it's not enough for your passenger ride, you can order the passenger kit. The passenger kit is standard with the triple black and the option 719. What comes with the passenger kit? A more comfortable passenger seat, more comfortable rider seat, and you see there, comfortable rider passenger footrests and a luggage rack on the rear, so you can have got more comfortable handle and you can store your luggage in the back.
Excellent. I'm hearing that there's many questions coming in from the audience. We're very happy to hear from you. Once again, we want to hear from you. So please tell us who you are, tell us where you're from, type in your questions, and we will answer them as best we can as we go on. Do you have a favorite color?
GS Trophy.
Yeah.
That's my special favorite.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, I'm seeing a question come through. Can you tell us what the fuel tank capacity is? This is from Zarco Castro.
The fuel tank capacity is 19 liters.
Okay.
So it's good for more than 300 kilometers riding.
Wow, that's a good long way. So 19 liters, I always think in gallons, but I'll figure it out after. Somebody's going to type it in for you, and I can't remember. Thank you very much for the question, Carlos. This is good. Looks like I've got another question from Nick. Are those cast wheels that we saw on the trophy? This is interesting because in some of the videos we saw yesterday, the trophy had cast wheels.
We've got also very special wheels for our new R1300 GS. When you look, standard wheel is from the basic model are the casted wheels, but we got also optional cross-spoke wheels that you know in gold or black, depending on the model variant. And we've got a new special option. These are the forged wheels that you might have seen in the videos. I'm sure that you have seen. Special forged wheels, special for off-road riding. They are in between the cast wheels, the standard wheels, and the cross-spoke wheels in case of robustness.
Yeah. Another very interesting thing about this motorcycle and the design decision for you was to maintain the telelever, not only maintain it, but improve upon the telelever. I've always loved this technology on the motorcycle, but can you tell us a little bit about what it is and how it has improved over its predecessors?
Yeah, the telelever, as you know, is very, very, let's say, innovative system, and we can say on the GS models. Telelever is a very, very stiff location for the front wheel and for riding stability and everything and lifting the suspension also altogether. On the telelever, we improved. We now designed the new Evo telelever. Evo telelever means more stiffness on the front wheel. You can feel the front wheel more sensitive than ever before, and the lightness of the motorcycle riding with this new Evo telelever is like we talk about intuitive riding. So the motorbike goes its way the thinking of.
Yeah. Many of you out there have trained with me in the past for off-road rider training, and you've seen the benefit of the telelever when braking. It's amazing. And that is not where it ends. This is wonderful technology. I can't wait to try it out on this one. I see we have another question coming in from Gokun D. The question is, the look is amazing. Just a thought about the pillion, the passenger rider. It seems narrower than the 1250 GS. Can you please compare the two bikes on the rear end?
So narrow means the passenger seat. I didn't get you. What
I
is
think
it?
that the entire rear end looks narrower.
Of course, the wheel, the tail is shorter, much more shorter than before, around 10 centimeters. We are shorter than the predecessor. And for that, we got positioned the rider. You see the flat fuel tank, the rider got its space, and the passenger also find its space, especially on the comfort seat. But the comfort seat has got a very special function. You can put the passenger forward or rear, with this only lifting the passenger seat. So you can position the passenger in a special position depending on how he wants to like his ride, and the rider too. And therefore, we are, let's say, comparable to the predecessor.
When we're done with this live, maybe we go for a ride 2 up?
Yes.
So I can see how it feels?
Yes, we both.
I'm seeing another question coming in. It says, what is the standard seat height? Hopefully nice and high for your riders. That's from Sean and Emily.
The standard seat height is 850, but we are able to offer a seat height from 820 to 900 millimeters.
Wow.
So this is a wide range, depending on the variation and combination that you're choosing. We've got a low rider seat, we've got a standard rider seat height, and we've got a high rider seat. So everybody should be able to find his position. And when you see the sport suspension, this is the highest position that you can reach, so 900 millimeter seat height. We got everything that is needed. And we talked about the automatic vehicle lowering. Of course, there we go down if needed.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I think we have another question coming in. Tell us about the variable height system. This is from Steve Rankin. And this is so interesting, the variable height. Can you dig into that a little deeper for us?
When you dream about a motorbike and you're said, let's say you got some trouble with your shorter legs or something like this. Dream about means it's very easy to handle the bike. It's very easy to come on the bike. It's very easy to move and everything. But once you ride, you want to have full suspension performance. It is always a compromise in the past. Now we got a solution, adaptive vehicle height. That means you stop riding, the bike is low, or you start riding, the bike is low. And once you ride, the bike will lift it up automatically. So you got full performance of the suspension. You start to stop riding, so below 25 kilometers per hour, you will not feel it. The bike will automatically be down in 1.5 seconds, front and rear, and you can stop your bike and you are safe, you touch the ground. So this is the innovation of this new system. Don't take care what you do. You got the best performance when you stop and when you ride.
Now, it's a very interesting question in regards to the windscreen and the ACC. And I'd like you to explain to people first what ACC is, just for the layman.
Coming back to ACC, ACC is a part of the riding assistant. And ACC means you've got this adaptive cruise control. So you switch on ACC and then the radar sensor on front controls what happens in the front. The windshield on front, if it covers the sensor on front, it will be irritated. So when you order the bike with this ACC, the windshield is shorter as a standard windshield, and you bring the windshield down and it will not cover the radar sensor. So the function of ACC, or forward collision warning, will always be there.
I see, okay. Now, we have another question coming in from Yarrow. Can you tell us how the electrically adjustment of the windscreen works? Is it fluid, or are there pre-programmed steps? Ooh, that's a good question.
No, it's fluid.
It's fluid.
The windshield is fluid. Now, one of the other dreams of GS riders worldwide has been, when I want to ride my bike and I want to change the position of the windshield, I have to leave my left handguard, my left handle, and I have to turn around up and downwards mechanically the windshield. Is there a chance to have it? We fulfilled these wishes, and we said, you don't have to put your hands from the handlebar. You can operate the windshield only by this whip button, up and downwards, and smoothless or seamless, let's say, from the lowest and highest position. Once you switch ignition off, of course, the windshield is down automatically.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I have a personal question for you. I had a friend that custom painted his GS green, and I remember seeing it in green and going, wow, that is a color that really pops. And I wish BMW would come out with a color like this. And lo and behold, the new option 719. Tell me about choosing this green color. It's so good.
No, green is very special. Green color is not everybody's darling. And we saw this green and this special new color, Aurelius green, on a card, on a color card.
Yeah.
And we said, this is a perfect color for a motorbike. It's perfect color for GS. And together with this golden pinstripe, it makes it so exclusive, this GS. And we are very happy with it, especially when you see the golden handlebar, the golden rims. It looks so beautiful.
It's really, really nice. Now, I think we have time for one more question from the audience out there. It looks like one is popping up from FG. Which other new model releases are planned and when? Oh, that's a tough one. Oh.
Needless to say, of course, this is the 1300cc engine. We got also parallel the 1250.
Yeah.
Step by step, we will have other motorcycles with 1300cc. And I can tell you, this is wonderful what's coming there. You can dream.
That's good stuff. Reiner, that was so great. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope you enjoyed it, everybody. It's
Thank
good
you
stuff.
too.
Now, my friends, there you have it. Q&A on the new BMW R1300 GS live from Berlin at the BMW Welt, which opens tomorrow. Come in here and take a look at some BMW motorcycles. And when the 1300 comes to your area, come take a look, come and take a ride. I think you're going to love it. I'm looking forward to it too. Until then, rock on. Man, that was really, really, really good stuff, man. Thank you so much.